on the way back, fast on the way forward.
Yeah, balls to the wall. That's what the Astros need to do. You know what I like to say? Wake up the bats, beat the gnats. I mean, let's be real, Ben. The lumber is slumbering.
I'd say so.
Yeah. Now Ben Fairchild, he is the owner here, and he's also the trainer of George Springer, he doesn't like to name drop, and Nationals' Anthony Rendon. So it's really cool to have you here. Thanks for waking up with us.
Of course. Thanks for being here.
It's really an exciting time, but like we were saying, so this movement that I was just doing, throwing this medicine ball against the wall, you said that this is good actually for swinging and hitting.
It is. There's a lot of relationship between this, because you're rotating your hips and implementing the force with your hands, and swinging a baseball bat. So there's a ton of carryover.
So George and Anthony actually do this.
They do, yeah.
They do. So I'm actually doing what they do. But it actually, I've noticed all the exercises that we have been doing this morning, it's actually working the average person like myself.
That's right. I mean, if it's good enough for a pro athlete, in cases it's probably good enough for general fitness needs. You know, it'll cover what you need developmentally for that.
Now, okay, so we did this. What's next? What's another good
exercise?
So
another exercise that, you know, speaking of hitting, because I think that's, you know, what we're talking about, is just lateral bounding. So when you jump left to right, you're producing force in that plane, in that vector that's highly relative to swinging a baseball bat. So,
like this?
Yep, exactly. So you can just, and maybe eliminate the vertical part of it and jump as far to the left as you can, maybe.
Oh. See, this is the thing, is we all judge them from the stands, but tell the people out there what it really takes, the dedication to train like these players.
Yeah, their dedication is, I think it's evident in how far they've gotten. That's exactly right. Yep, jump as far as you can. Good. Now use your arms to help you.
Oh, like I'm swinging.
That's right.
Oh, cool. So the dedication, on average, how much do they train?
Most of our players will train between an hour and a half and 2 hours 4 times a week in the off seasons. In season, it's quite different. It's minimal, particularly as these guys get to the major league level and their age increases. Sometimes it's more about maintaining mobility and some of their more transient attributes. We're trying to just kind of keep them moving in season and feeling good, not so much focused on developing them in season.
Yeah, so you said off season, you train quite a few players. How many?
Sure, we've had over 30 players in our Major League off-season program.
That's amazing. And what's really cool is that you come from the perspective of an athlete. Tell us a little bit about how you got into this.
Yeah, so long ago, I played football and suffered an injury to my lower back in the weight room of all things, which at the time was really, it struck me as, you know, something, there was a need for injury preventive training for performance, because I felt like if the performance training process is actually injuring athletes in cases, obviously we're moving in the wrong direction. So that's what really drove me into this industry, and I think much of our staff feels the same way. I think a lot of us have had similar experiences as athletes growing up, where we got hurt through the training process, and truly that's the last thing that should happen. You know, this should be in health, more of an insurance to your health than a threat to it.
I love it. Well, and you know what? I can see why the players love working with you, because you have this calming effect. You're not intimidating. It's not intimidating here. Everybody's really been great to work with, and you have too, because I'm not obviously a professional ball player, but I feel a little like a baller thanks to you. We're going to continue working out, but honestly, everybody can train with you, and we can follow your journey on Instagram. And then what's your website?
Yeah, FairchildSportsPerformance.com. Our Instagram is FSP_training. Same for Twitter. So yeah.
And have to ask, who's going to win, Nats or Astros?
We'll have to wait and see.
All right. Yeah, he's a little of a tease. That's coming up, and so is more Morning Dose. Okay, I'm going to work more on these. This is fun.
Good.
So as far?
Yep.